Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. Today, I swear to you, we are finishing this vampire nonsense. Sorry, this particular vampire faction worth of nonsense. There's still some pushing to the west that we're going to have to do after that. That's a real next episode kind of problem, in my opinion. So, I'm a little unsure of our methodology here. Just pressing forward with these damaged armies. I'm a little worried that if we fall back far enough to actually get to a place where we have healing, I'm going to give them too much time to recover. And it's like, these armies are pretty messed up, but we do have 3 armies in position to be a part of this thing. I think we're going to be okay. Also, how do I have that much money? Could we afford to take on another lord here? I don't know for sure that we need one. Total army upkeep estimated to increase by 4,200. I mean, that's enough to run another force, right? 4,200 off of this is going to leave us with enough to pay people.
How can I help?
It's going to be kind of close, though. Our armies are running at about 5,400.
Yes.
This one's a little cheaper, but it's also only only 15 units. Well, we could run a partial stack. Let's see, we're still recruiting, so we're going to have to pay upkeep on all of these things, too. And there, we're talking about... This is another, like, 1,200, and this is another 750. So, no, we probably can't afford to run another full stack. I guess, let's not start another army, because it's going to cost more when both of these armies are full again, and... We have a lot of extra money, but it's not enough to run another stack. We could try to do, like, a half-stack thing. Just move a couple of... units with a lord up to play reinforcement here. Yeah, you know what? That's probably worth doing. And I think Carrick Dromar is an okay place to do this, right? We have basic recruitment and slayers available local. Yeah, that should be fine. So this guy might be temporary. We might just use him to ferry troops to the front. Let's see. Our base lord recruit rank is 3 now. We have this guy from Confederation, but obviously that's not even a good trait, really. So I think I'd rather have a Rune Lord. Our Rune Lords are Tactician and Ancestral Blood Grimnir. This is better, I think, but they're both kind of crummy.
Armed and ready. Vengeful Rune Lord.
Alright, move fast. Get your guys up to the front where they are needed. We'll just have him recruit, like, a turn or maybe 2 turns worth of guys. Let's see here. What are we short on up at the front? A lot of our stand and fight guys are pretty weak, right? Yeah, so maybe the thing he needs to bring up is more Longbeards.
I'll cast the runes.
I guess I could come up with Rangers. I ain't really thought about that. Are Rangers... Are these even good? Like... I guess they don't really do much less damage than a Quarreler, while having Vanguard deployment and stock. Yeah, let's just bring Longbeards. We have enough special stuff, we just need guys to hold the line. Also, we have stuff to do... Oh, Black Crag is upgradable. We're not ready to spend population here. We're 11 turns off of being able to max out that settlement. We have a lot of places. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Are we actually done for the turn? Right, Ungrim's hiring to get ready for quest battling. You just don't have any movement left. You'll be putting pressure on Carrick Azul next turn. Where are the rest of my forces? Grombrindle, Thorgrim, and Guthrie are all accounted for. And where is Kurgan Granite Hand? That's right, this turn we met the Khemri. Okay, well we still have to make that happen. What else do we need to keep track of here? We got the greenskins pretty much bottled up. We have enough Oath Gold to make a new legendary. What legendaries do we actually have the ingredients for? We could make ourselves some Star Metal Plate. Constantly lowers the melee attack of nearby enemies. That's not bad. We certainly have enough characters now that we should be building stuff every time we can. Melee attack, weapon strength up, and big leadership and melee attack buff for allies in range. This actually seems extremely good to me. What about enchanted items? You can make the Horn of the Ancestors. Summons an ancestral spirit. Ooh, that seems cool. I want to do this one. This definitely has the cool factor. Let's make a Horn of the Ancestors and give it to one of the people who's about to go fight the vampires, because these guys are definitely in the most danger.
The dwarfs need me.
So what are you currently... Oh yeah, you have your ruby ring. I actually would prefer that you keep that. You have a Crown of Command, which I don't think is a very good item in general. Here, now you can summon your ancestors. There's a cruel kind of irony here. Usually the vampires love it when people come back from the dead. We'll see how they feel about it this time. And finally, we have our grudge, of course, to take Ekrund. That is not what this grudge says. This grudge is use a hero to perform an action against Ekrund. I've been thinking it was that we had to take Ekrund this whole time. Well, shoot, can we hire a hero and just, do that? What, Ekrund's pretty close to Dok Karaz. Is Dok Karaz a place where we could hire a hero? Yeah, you can get Thanes from here, right? Recruit hero. And we're 2 under our Thane cap. Okay, cool. Also, we recruit Thanes at level 6. That's pretty cool. So, Perceptive, or Grungni, or a Tactician. Well, I don't really like any of these. I'm actually not sure if the campaign line of sight buff from this trait is applied to an army that this guy is a part of or not. Because if him getting in an army gives that army 10% extra sight, I think that's quite good. We're not going to have our Thanes standing around in our territory very much. Yeah, I'm going to take the Perceptive one. Thorgard Barra's Keeper. That's not his real name. Okay, and what do we want to do with him? Do we want this guy to be like a map action specialist? We don't really have a Thane whose job it is to run around killing enemy agents. I think we should probably do that. So we'll put 2 points into this, and then some points into increasing the success chance of all actions. I guess I maybe should have focused him on, Assault Garrison, since that's what he's going to go do. Oh, actually, putting points into Assault Garrison does not make it more likely to work. Never mind. We did the right thing. Okay, let's finally end the turn. We get a big one coming up here. There may be a climactic vampire battle. There will probably be a big quest battle. We get to see the Giant Slayers in action for the first time in a very long time. Honestly, I don't really remember... We must have seen our Giant Slayers personally in action at the beginning of the game, because I definitely did a bunch of not auto-resolved battles, but I do not remember them very well. He successfully scouted the ruins that we created this turn. You should probably have some sense that those did not have any Skaven in them. Oh hey! With a giant and some black orcs... It doesn't look like he's headed for Valaya's Sorrow. Because there's a river crossing there and he did not take it. Yeah, they're massing up. Look at that, stack's almost full. They're going to finish recruiting probably this turn or next turn. Time is short. They don't have much left, though. We're very, very close to finishing them off once and for all. And once that's done, honestly, do I even push west and finish off the other vampires? Maybe I turn this army to the north. The thing is, we have to go over there and finish off the Greenskins anyway, right? Or rather, not so much finish off the Greenskins, but take the territory they have over there, because they have some mountain ranges we need. It's kind of weird to me that one of our objectives is the Crooked Moon faction has to be defeated, but we don't actually have to defeat the main Greenskin faction.
Greetings, manlings. Are you?
Still no. Turns out every one of these strategy games needs that same functionality, where I just set an ignore on a faction. Sorry, I am not accepting diplomatic offers today.
Greetings. You no doubt have a...
Honestly, if I could make it so that nobody can ever request a military alliance, I would do that in a heartbeat. It is sometimes the case that you want to make a military alliance, but it's so rare that I feel like it would be a much better solution just to have it be so that the player always has to ask. Alright, a reckoner, so we can increase our income from gold mines by 10% for a few turns, or get some diplomatic relations with a dwarf faction that doesn't care for us much. The thing is, these guys are, like, these are the ones who are way down here, right? These are the ones that fight the Tomb Kings. I honestly would rather have the money, I think. We're not going to see those guys for such a long time.
The throng is mustered.
Alright, so let's
Beards in belt.
Let's head in the general direction of Ekrund. This will be good, too, because, first of all, this will give us some scouting information, and then after we do this, this guy can run to the east and give us some more scouting information.
I grow restless.
So Ungrim Iron Fist looks pretty ready for his quest battle to me. I'm a little more worried than I was by the presence of Wurzag. So, like, if I wanted to move south...
Fulfill my slayer oath.
Well, maybe there's not a real river crossing over here. As you can see, it's killing our movement at the river. Crossing a river not at a crossing point or a bridge is possible, but it consumes a lot of your movement.
Vengeful Lord.
Alright, we'll come back to that. Hold on. So he can't actually hit Karak Azul this turn. I don't see any reason to use, like, underway movement or anything. We'll just walk normally. Actually, does Black Iron Mine have... No, it does not have recruitment buildings.
Armed and ready.
Alright. Yeah, then just head toward Karak Azul. I can't imagine they have any defenses over here. So Spike Peak, Dringo Rakaz... There's a Crooked Fang Fort... And then they have another region down here with another 4 settlements in it. Boy, they have a lot of territory. Okay.
The slayer in me seeks death.
Are we doing this quest battle? I do want my axe. Chaos Warriors with great weapons. These are definitely worrying. We have catapults, which do some fine work against them, and then our Giant Slayers should do some fine work against them. The Great Axe, Grumbling Guard also should be really good. We have some ranged. Our Quarrelers are not going to be optimally useful, but I think we're ready for this. So let's step out of the settlement, because we can't do it while we're in the settlement, and teleport. This will cost a mighty 1,000 of our gold. Now, one thing I do want to note before we head in here is that these guys are not Chaos Knights. They're not Chaos Warriors. These guys are Marauders. Marauders have low leadership, and they panic very much the same way that Goblins and Greenskins in general do. So we can probably scare them with some flanking tactics. Fighting the Marauders shouldn't be too different from all the other stuff we've been fighting. I am worried about these Chaos Knights, especially with them all being max rank. Chaos Spawn have pretty good... Oh, I was going to say they have pretty good leadership, but in fact they are unbreakable, so it doesn't matter what their leadership is. They're going to do some damage. The Chaos Knights are going to do some damage. These are Marauders, like Javelin Throwers on horseback. Probably they are not going to do a lot of damage through our armor. You know, they're just throwing, like, short spears. Yeah, if we can handle the Chaos Warriors, we will win this. It really all comes down to that. I kind of wish that this army had gyrocopters.
There across the way. The Discordants. For the axe of Dargo to sing again. For the runes to glow bright with power once more. We must destroy the foe before us. The chaos filth that dare cross our mountains. We do this in the name of Grimnir, for it will be a joy to spill the blood of Northmen. The enemy lord is a taint upon the world, yet in fighting him, I shall make a thing of wondrous beauty, a perfect song of weaponcraft, in whose rhythm the axe of my ancestor shall find harmony anew. Slayers, I hear your howls of longing, desperate to be about this, to plunge your axes into the chaos scum before us. So, go, bring me victory, bring me death.
Let's try to do half of that. Just about half of that. So fend off the Chaos Invaders so we can repair the Axe of Dargo. They're going to start way on the other side of the map, but the terrain here is very awkward. There's not really a place that I can set up where they're not going to have the advantage of cover almost the entire approach. Yeah, I really, really wish we had some gyrocopters, because they could act as spotters for the catapults. As it is, we're just not going to know where the enemy is most of the time. So where do we set up? If I set the catapults up here, I think this is where we'll have the best sightline. They'll be visible to us for the longest. Like, set the catapults up around here. And then have the rest of our units make sure we get at least to this crest so that we can see over it. This is not good. This is a bad battlefield. Well, we can use this to our advantage a little bit, probably. If we're smart about it. Let's see, they have very limited range, so we don't necessarily need to have our ranged out in front. And somebody has to stay back and worry about the catapults, because they have a lot of cavalry. So I guess... oh, that sucks, too. So I guess we really don't want to push forward. And if we don't want to push forward, we want to stay on our catapults and take advantage of them as long as possible. If we don't want to push forward, then we don't want to be up there. We want to be like over here way in the back, probably. That's a pretty long sightline. Let's just grab that whole formation and scoot it over here. Can I rotate? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, whatever. Get over here and I'll fix y'all one by one. Yeah, that's, like, pretty good, I guess. It'll be fine. And I moved one of the catapults. Alright. Well, it'll be hard for them to flank around behind us, at least. The bad news is that if they scatter the catapult crew, they'll run off the map immediately. So we'll just have to not let them scatter the catapult crew. Set up a little bit more in front here.
For the ancestors.
Trying to move Ungrim. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, man. This seems bad. We can just fast forward here a little bit. We're gonna have to wait for them to approach us. Yes, let's have a unit of Slayers, like, step over here. Because they are going to try that cavalry charge, right? Okay, we're starting to get some visuals. Are these within catapult range? Not yet. Well, I think that they are going to come to us. I'm not exactly sure how the rules for this battle work, because it's not actually two armies attacking each other on the battlefield. I assume that I am considered to be the aggressor, and thus a tie is a loss for me. And if it looks like they're going to stand over here for 58 minutes, then I guess we will have to move forward. But yeah, my suspicion is they will come to us when the time is, when they feel that they are in position, or rather in formation. Alright, so you can see, there's the line. We're going to definitely want to focus the catapults on Chaos Warriors the very moment that becomes an option. We don't have to worry that much about the Marauders. Low leadership, low armor. We can definitely handle them the old-fashioned way. Alright, here we go. They've split their cavalry force into a couple of pieces. I'm not really sure what their intent is here. Marauders. They're keeping the Chaos Warriors back. Well, as soon as a couple units of Chaos Warriors are in range. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that feels like poor sportsmanship. Okay. Okay, let's respond to that. Yeah, they just got to spawn 4 units of Chaos Knights on top of us. Is this on top of the stuff we already saw? They didn't have 6 units of Chaos Knights, did they? Okay, this sucks. This is unfair. We're gonna have a hard time with this. Turn and fire, I guess. And then we have a lot of options here. Holmgrim needs to get out in front of that. And we just need to be ready.
Matter! I will have his head on Giant Shrine! Either way, I fulfill my oath! Race far, race fast! I know! Go! Veterans!
Yeah, you can see all of the slayers being flung through the air over there.
Nothing can stop us!
Turn and get them. Yep, and they timed that really well, like right as the rest of the force was hitting us so that we can't really devote anybody else to it. And also, we can't devote the range to hacking away at their... This sucks. Okay. Damage and damage and damage. Get them, guys. We're going to have a couple units of Giant Slayers run over here and assist. My goal was to keep these guys in reserve a little bit, but there's not going to be anything... There's not going to be anybody left to keep the enemies off of them if we don't do something right this second. You probably need to stay up and hold the line, because this is going to be a real situation really soon. And we're not really going to have a counter for the Marauder Horsemen, because all of our ranged are currently engaged. That sucks, too. Yeah, this is just really bad. This is a heck of a tactic. If you can have a unit if you can have 4 units of cavalry magically appear on your opponent's flanks right as your front stuff hits, you should do that. Turns out to be very powerful.
They have wronged us!
These guys are Giant Slayers, and they do have a really significant bonus versus large. So these chariots shouldn't stand for too long. I'm going to throw up the armor buff right now, even though we haven't really met them yet. Do Chaos Spawn have regeneration? They do not. Kind of a good thing, but also it means that they don't have fire weakness, which is a shame. So if I commit right now, it looks like we're doing good work on the Chaos Warriors with the catapults. These are all Marauders up here. Oh no, okay, we got some Chaos Warriors who are in a little bit closer. We should probably refocus. Are those Warriors too? Man. Alright. This seems like it must be very difficult to actually win. Alright, so we've lost a unit of Slayers already. The good news is the Giant Slayers are in here, and like the whole thing the Chaos Knights have going for them is that they are armored cavalry, which is like the Giant Slayer is the absolute perfect counter to. Alright, so you guys are just going to have to run up. It is time to all the way engage. As soon as this problem is sorted out, we can have our range turn around, which will be really, really great. But until then, I think we gotta stick it out until then. Let's try to burn these Chaos Spawn down as quickly as possible. Alright, never mind. You guys have to redirect immediately. Giant Slayers seem to not really be winning against the chariots. Oh, they killed those two. It's just that half the unit of chariots split off. There's some, like, ice climbers stuff where half of the unit ran back and wanted to do something else. Okay, well, we backed off a couple of units of Chaos Knights, but they are not in such a position that they couldn't just charge back in, so we can't really go anywhere. I do need the Giant Slayers to step up in front of the normal Slayers, and we're going to see if we can pull this unit back and maybe commit them to a flank somewhere. They'll die pretty quickly, but we can at least, you know, get over and do some damage. It looks like the Chaos Spawns are really eating it. Actually, I haven't looked at the damage profile of the Flamethrower. Is it very armor-piercy? Okay, yes, it is quite armor-piercing. I was wondering if these are like maybe super damaging but not good against armor or something, but no, it's just really good damage. Okay, so we got Marauders coming in. The Warriors are still a little ways out. We are not... This is bad. We are currently not winning this battle, is how I would put it. Alright, you need to step up so you can threaten this flank, and we gotta break some of these guys down a little bit. Ungrim's bonus versus large is super good now, so that'll definitely help. He's like... He should be tearing Chaos Knights up hard. Actually, fall back to here. In there. Normal Slayers do still have bonus versus ranged, or large, so hopefully they'll get this done. Did you guys fire maybe? There you go. Okay, they're firing. They are working the catapults, it's just taking a really long time. Or the catapults, the chariots. Yeah, this, we are not going to win this. I don't see how it would even be possible to win this, frankly. The battle... This is an army that's tough enough that the battle is pretty even, full stack versus full stack, and then they have 4 units of magic cavalry. So, I mean, it's possible that there's some kind of event that is going to occur, but if that's going to happen, it needs to happen yesterday. Like, we are really close to dead here. Alright, let's turn you on the Chaos Spawn. That'll maybe help soften up this front a little bit. The Chaos Spawn over here are pretty dealt with. Although, here comes Crom Plagueis. Really? Crom Plagueis? Or maybe that's supposed to be Plagueis? You know, like the guy about that tragedy was written about. Maybe we should have the Rune Lord come over here? No, the Rune Lord is necessary. Like, everything's committed to places where it has to be. We don't really have the ability to change stuff at this point. Can you turn around and shoot into the Chaos Warriors? That's probably a better use of you. You guys need to get up there. Okay, we've got an open side on them. Ooh, catapults, catapults, catapults. Hold up. Let's manual target these catapults for a second, shall we? They are definitely doing just like damage to our guys. I'm gonna try to have these catapults fire into the backs of the enemy formation where possible, away from our dudes a little bit. I guess this would be a pretty good place to shoot, because this is... actually, you know, we're not doing that poorly over here. Yeah, alright, just keep affecting the mass. There, maybe. And then... You can shoot, like, here. Those guys are coming in, that's... Did that actually... Hold on, did that actually give the order? No, you have to right-click, okay. This game is pretty consistent about that, but I'm a little led astray right now by other games which are inconsistent, where, like, right-click is the issue command, the issue context-sensitive command button, but then when you want to do something specific, you hold the button for the modifier and just left-click it, and if you right-click, that's how you cancel the modifier. Let's try to burn out these Chaos Marauders. The quicker we can get rid of them, the quicker we can have a numbers advantage over here. This one chariot is... Okay, they're running off. They're going, they're going. Slayers move up. Okay, yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta do something about this Lord. Damage resistance. Please, just survive. Just live. Okay, a couple of Chaos Horses have gotten into the range. Not really anything I can do about it, unfortunately. Good luck, everybody. Try to survive. Figure it out. Yeah, if some kind of miraculous thing is gonna occur, it really needs to happen. Because, like, look at this. There's still so many horses.
Longbeards! Vallejo bless our aim!
Alright, hold up. Let me just take a quick... So we need to make sure that the archers are now turned on marauders wherever marauders can be broken. This Chaos Lord is going to have to get engaged on. Like, you just have to turn around and extricate yourself. He's being a really important block over here. Like, it sucks, but he just can't be there anymore. So you guys are marauders. You're losing and fleeing already. Those are warriors, warriors, warriors. It looks like we dealt with the Chaos Spawn already. That's good. Are there marauders over here? This is a group of warriors. That's a group of marauders that's coming back in, but they're damaged enough that they probably won't be coming back in for long. I guess we could start shooting at the horsemen? Like, we're doing a pretty good job over here. We're messing up a lot of their units. It's just a matter of keeping the pressure up. If we can get some retreats, maybe we can reinforce this side with these extremely broken units. Alright, maybe it's we start shooting at the Marauder Horsemen. They're probably not dealing that much damage, though. Their stupid little throwing spears are not getting through dwarf armor. That just is not happening. You know what? Okay, double focus up. Let's just get that unit of Marauders out of there. At the very moment I can hit it. Let's get rid of... Let's do some extra damage here, I guess. Get him! Charge in and let it... Wow, did you see that? That was one hit. Holy crap. That dude is living in terror. Ungrim, you total monster. Oh, he's on a horse. He's eating the full strength of that bonus versus large. Yeah, this is not a good time to be on a horse, dude. Alright, so we gotta redevote some guys here. Whew. The bad morale of the Chaos Forces is the only thing that's keeping us in this fight. Holy crap, this has been horrible. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, they're breaking. Oh, they're breaking. Okay. I'm pretty sure, in terms of just, like, raw... Oh, stop firing. Stop firing. They're all visibly broken, and yet... Okay, there we go. I was starting to be afraid that a different kind of event was going to occur. Yeah, in terms of just, like, raw manpower remaining, if they had not fled, if they had chosen to stay and fight, I'm pretty sure they would have killed us. Look at how close all of our melee units are to death. The ranged units were doing okay on ammo, and dwarven ranged units are much better melee fighters than most factions' ranged units, but I would not put a unit of Quarrelers up against Chaos Knights. I'm not sure I'd put a unit of Quarrelers up against Chaos Marauders, honestly. Especially not the Great Weapon ones. So that was harrowing. I'm glad I set up in a safer formation than I sometimes do, because that unit of extra Chaos Knights, that 4 units of extra Chaos Knights from behind, was a real eye-opener. Alright, well, you know we gotta execute those captives. I certainly don't want to lower our casualty replenishment rate. And hey, that's a bunch of XP for Ungrim, and a nice big axe. Bonus versus large, melee attack. This item is ready to be assigned to a character of your choosing. You know, I never really thought about that. But I guess it doesn't have to go on Ungrim, does it? Because he's got Starbreaker right now. The Starbreaker's pretty good. Man, it's pretty good. Okay, no, this is in fact only available to this character. Then yeah, let's do that. He gained the ability Axe. What does the Axe of Dargo ability actually do? Where is that even listed? Oh, okay, that's the buff. Another 32 bonus versus large. Man. He sure does have that one thing that he's extremely good at, doesn't he? How was I doing with you? Oh, yes. Upgrades for gyrocopters. We gotta get some gyrocopters into this army.
Seek our doom.
Okay, get back inside the settlement. If this guy decides to come over here, we're actually in like a lot of trouble. Okay, but we're seeing the movement range that he has while he's in march mode. I'm not sure he can get over to us and make an attack actually happen. That said, should we, like, maybe just... I'm gonna fall all the way back to Carricate Peaks, just for safety. Because I don't know what his normal movement range is.
The Slayer in me seeks
And I would much rather lose Valia's Sorrow briefly than lose Valia's Sorrow and also Ungrim. That was something, though. That was bracing, huh?
onward.
So he has a slot open in his army now. Can we get a gyrocopter in here? I would really love that, actually. Do I want... You know what? This army is good enough against large. I think we could probably go with a normal gyrocopter. I kind of want more than one. Is that greedy? They're really good. The unit I lost was normal slayers. I'm trying to think. If I was going to go up to 2 gyrocopters, what would I take out of the army? And the answer is, I have no idea. We could take the normal slayers out. It would feel weird to have Ungrim with just 3 units of slayers, though. I mean, we should take them out and replace them with giant slayers, right? There's no benefit to having normals. Normals have a little bit more melee defense, I guess. Yeah, I'm fine with... Considering how many of the things we're fighting now are armored, I'm fine with kicking these guys out. So let's kick these guys out. We'll queue up a unit of giant slayers to replace them, and also a normal gyrocopter. And 2 turns of chill out time will give the Longbeards enough time to recover, I think. Okay, who wants this axe?
You know who I am.
You have a quest coming for an axe, and your weapon is already somewhat similar to it.
For war.
He has that sundering weapon. I don't think I want to replace the sundering weapon.
The dwarfs need me.
You know, we'll pass the Starbreaker over here for the moment.
Throne bearers.
Okay, and you have your legendary already.
Master of runecraft.
I think we have another turn worth of replenishment. Probably just 1 turn, though, huh? Do I want to bring in some more ranged, maybe? I guess the ranged in these armies is mostly in pretty good condition. Yeah, we just need like melee bodies here.
It's as good as done.
I'll bring in another unit of Longbeards and stuff. And then, can I get you over close enough to reinforcement range? I cannot. I want to be careful not to put Thorgrim in range of Manfred by himself.
The High King acts.
But I can't see Manfred's movement range, so that does make that a little more difficult. Because it shows you their movement range in their current stance, and while you're mustering, you can't move. I wish it would just always show you the normal move distance.
It is time.
Can I... Okay, yeah, we can underway move across the river here.
Forwards.
There's no way Manfred can reach us over here.
Let us begin.
And then you guys can go into normal move. Was move back toward Thorgrim.
For the ancestors.
Group up here. Just want to make sure we don't move more than 50%.
Need it. Ready. As the High King commands. This I'll do it.
Alright, there we go. Feeling a little bit more confident now.
I'm ready.
So this guy's a...
Rag.
This guy has a runesmith. He was the one that the engineer was going to.
Grease those axles.
Belia's will binds me to you. Yes.
And Grumbrindle gets a runesmith.
By runic law.
Alright. I feel like it would be difficult for Manfred to overwhelm this force, even though it's pretty injured. And hopefully Clan Angrind will come up and sweep up some of these ruins for us. Okay, what else do we have going on? What else needs doing? I should have started a global recruitment for these guys the first turn, because I should have known I wasn't going to move them out after a single turn of recruitment. Is there a chance that I leave them recruiting for another turn after this? Because if there is, I should start some globals as well. I think that's a no. I think we're going to want to just go ahead and move in. All right, Kurgan Granite Hand. Find me some more guys to trade with. Who are these dudes? Tomb King's Rebels. Oh, this is a rebellion army. Okay. Well, we can't trade with that. That's for sure. And this is the the followers of Nagash, who we have no interest in doing stuff with. Okay. So it looks like the Tomb Kings dislike us for our military actions against the Greenskins, but they must have killed some Greenskins to take Galbaraz, right? Galbaraz is definitely Greenskin territory. I guess maybe some weird stuff happened down here between the beginning of the game and now.
For clan honor.
And we can see that they are trying to gather up at Bitterstone Mine, but these swirlies indicate that they're having trouble with their fightiness. The orcs in these hordes are tearing each other apart for lack of fun things to fight. Over here in Jufbar, we have an open slot that I do not remember what I wanted to do with. I'm sure I had a plan when I opened this. So this functions as a ranger hall. We don't need to build a ranger hall. We need an armory to get good rangers, or a drinking hall to get Bugman's rangers. Well, I guess we should build a drinking hall then. I think we probably had one at some point here, but we tore it down because I didn't realize that we also needed... I thought this was going to let us recruit Bugman's rangers by itself. So you could build up a drinking hall. I don't feel super great about that. Maybe just a trinket maker? We don't need the rangers. Or maybe like an armory. This will let us recruit, yeah. That'll let us recruit great weapon, longbeards and stuff in this province. That's probably a good idea. So we're not doing settlement upgrades. We will upgrade this. Just speed this up. Speed this up by any amount. It takes forever to grow dwarf settlements. I felt like I was focusing on growth a lot, but I do not think it was enough. 9 turns off of maxing out Karaza Karak. Don't really think that it's worth the trouble to upgrade any of these buildings here. This is probably worth upgrading. Yeah, that pays itself off pretty quickly. Alright. This, the way Manfred moves here is going to play a large part in determining how long this is going to take. I really wanted to get this done this episode, but if he's content to just sit in there with his full stack, then that's going to make things a little more difficult. The optimal version of this is he comes out because he's lost sight of us or something, we catch his army in the open, and then we just burn Everheim and Wertbad and haul back to our mountains. Sorry, probably we have to move on to Fildorf. Are we friends with... Am I actually defensively allied with Karakern? I should check, because if we are defensively allied with Karakern, we can stop off in their land and replenish. Nubzub Beardburner, taking 2 giants, I guess over to Stone Mine Tower? I wonder where all the Tillians went. It seems like the Tillians should maybe come back. I'm not really that worried about them losing Stone Mine Tower, but the moment that the Greenskins no longer have Tillians to focus on, they're going to start focusing on me again. Dokkaraz has walls, but I believe that a small settlement with normal walls, only has a 14-unit garrison. So it'll stand up to some things. It won't be raidable by just about any army the way an unwalled settlement is, but it's still not a match for a stack. Oh, and the Greenskins are on a proper wog. The warriors in Marienburg ready their weapons. Okay, that's a distant wog, not one we have to actually worry about. Marienburg is like Empire territory. Marienburg is between Reichland and Bretonia, so it's all the way at the west side of Empire territory. Alright, well, hopefully the Tillians can threaten Ekrind or something. Keep my operations low attention. Alright, so hopefully this turn we can scrub that grudge out of the book, and then we're all clear, and it will probably stay that way for a while. Alright, we finished the king's share, because what we did not have enough of his money, and we have acquired a student. Somebody probably has an open slot, right? You know what? This Cooper is not really helping anybody. We get that student equipped? Actually, we cannot. Oh, well, he should have a sapper. But we cannot equip a student on Grombrindle. He's not really a good teacher, I guess. That would make some sense. What about you? You can pull a sapper, and also that student. And is there anything else that makes sense for you to get here? Probably not. Also, I'm sure, yeah, we have just like some loose armor hanging around here. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. You can have some physical resistance and this Crown of Command that I've discarded. We can use the interface here to grind up stuff we don't need into Oath Gold, but honestly, I don't know that we need the Oath Gold that badly either. Our Oath Gold income is pretty solid. Alright, who wants to be the scout? I need somebody to go over there and see what's going on at Ironheim, or Averheim. Grombrindle can walk forward a little bit.
On my way.
Aha. Well, so he's going to try to run either over to Eschen and take it, or he's going to go and resettle one of these. If he does that second thing, we want to hit it right after he does that.
The dwarfs need me.
Well, I can't really move you anymore, and I think it's probably not a good idea to separate these armies too much, so everybody else just, like, keep up.
Let us be about this. Climb on there. Retake the realms.
We'll keep an eye on him. I'm always a little nervous if I go exactly to 50% that there's going to be like a weird rounding thing. It was like, sorry, that was actually 49.8. You can't go into the stance this turn.
My anger burns bright.
Alright. We're coming to the climactic moment on this. Do I want to get inland? Or am I better? I'm probably better off sailing around the coast, right?
Onward.
Because anybody that I could only meet by going inland, I'm not going to be able to trade with anyway. This seems new.
Dwarf, you come helmet in hand. You must be in trouble looking to fair Britonia to bail you out.
I have no ability to make a trade agreement with these guys, despite the fact that it looks like their only settlement is a port. Oh no, I guess it's not actually on the coast. Okay, well then I have no interest in making any kind of deals with you.
Ready.
Craig Strongarm can probably take Karak Azul with no problem. Really? Okay, they're gonna make me do this manually. Should I build a ram or something? We should probably just go, right? This garrison is so tiny and weak. Alright, let's try to get this done real quick, because I really do want to find out what Manfred's up to. Like I said, if he doesn't realize what's going on and he resettles, like, Fort Oberstyre or something, he's done for. Honestly, he's probably done for no matter what, but I think running to Eastern Sylvania is maybe his best move, because it's going to force us to stop encampment creeping to follow him, which means that his force has time to start building up a second stack over in their western settlements. I don't know that I want to put any of my armies up against those settlements themselves, because I think we kind of want everything to fight Manfred. I'm just a little worried about how damaged our units are over there. Alright, we probably don't have to be, like, terribly clever about this. We really, really outstrength them. Okay, so let's just have all of you guys maximum running forward. We'll get up on the walls. We'll do that thing we do up on the walls. You know how it is. Does the organ gun actually want to stand back here, or am I better off moving it up? I guess it has long enough range to shoot people. I'm a little concerned that it might not be that accurate from this range, but I suppose we will find out. Alright, the Slayers need to probably try to group up in just one tower's firing arc. And the gyrocopters, they only have like 2 units of ranged. I'm gonna just have the gyrocopters fly straight through. Let's see if we can distract them a little bit. Oh, and the Lord. The Lord should run forward. Okay. Everybody go. I want to let the Slayers gather up back here a little bit, because I don't want them hitting the wall first. Alright, fly away from the Night Goblin archers. That tower cannot still be shooting them. Alright, so we can just hover up here and have at these guys on the wall. Seems a little unfair. Slayers can move up now.
Start climbing! Fly! Start climbing! Fly! Get your beards up there!
Actually, we can do this. Alright.
Thunderous!
Can the Thunderers not hit? Okay, no, they're firing. It took them a minute to start.
For our ancestors!
No, stay back. Make sure you're giving your armor buff to these guys.
Dinocopter!
I'm going to make a bombing run along the wall here.
Throw!
You gotta be careful where you click, because I don't want my guys... There we go.
Charge! Good! Yes, yes!
Lots of fire damage on those trolls. So the Rune Lord should probably get up there on the wall and help.
Longbeards! Ready to strike!
Need to focus on the archers, but yeah, I think this should be fairly straightforward from here.
Have at 'em! Yes, Lord!
Also, it has traditionally not been the case that Night Goblin archers have fared very well against our melee units. I don't expect that to change here.
Oathbreakers! Defiant and unbound! Fly! Scarrow!
You know what? These guys don't really have a good reason to have guard mode on.
Turn on!
Let's make sure they don't change their mind about who they're supposed to be attacking.
Start climbing!
Every time I click, it stops being a ladder.
Slayers! Climb!
It's weird how cantankerous this is.
Get up there!
Like, you'd think it would be very easy to get a guy to. Why did the other grudge throwers move? No. Why did this unit of grudge throwers move up to here? Did I tell them to do that? I don't think so. Ah, whatever.
I will do it!
Something tells me we're going to be alright. So yeah, as ever, we are defeating them easily on the wall. Can you get over here and fight this guy?
Dive bomb!
Their big boss is really like the only thing they have that's capable of dealing any meaningful damage on the wall. Shoot into the backs of these biggins. At some point, we're going to have to go down here and fight these trolls. We'll do that just as soon as there's nothing left on the wall to fight. There's probably some friendly fire damage happening from that organ gun. It doesn't really matter. All we have to do is not lose here, and we'll be able to sit and replenish for a turn. Everything will be fine. Oh, somebody became slightly visible. All of the units went nuts at the same time. Alright, so we have pretty much complete control of the walls. Where's a unit of Longbeards that's not engaged in anything? Looks like the fight against the Biggins is dying down a little bit. I think I'm going to move these Longbeards down to the ground. Try to get control of the gate.
Slayers! Yes! Go we attack!
As soon as we have control of the gate, we move the gunners through, and they'll be able to do a lot more damage on the inside. It is taking a moment, though. Control of the gate very, very slowly. Okay, let's fly over here and then shoot at them. We want to make sure we're shooting them in the back, because they take an additional morale penalty for that. Yeah, that ought to do some good damage. Looks like we're still gaining control. Alright, this should be over any moment now then. Okay, we did put ourselves in a position to eat that spell pretty badly. Okay, their spellcaster gave up before we even got to the city square. Yeah, the balance of power bar just has no idea how to figure out what's going to happen in a siege. 108, 103. I like gyrocopters very, very much. I think this is one of the real bits of brilliance of the Regiment of Renown system, is that it gives you a very advantageous to higher version of each unit, so you are really incentivized to see each unit in battle at least once, and that gives you that feeling, right? And it helps that it's a better than normal version of the unit. Our first experience with gyrocopters was with that incredibly broken Regiment of Renown gyro bomber, which seems phenomenal. But it really is very, very compelling. Wow, is there any way that there's 9,000 gold worth of stuff in this settlement? No, right? I think a loot here is pretty good. Okay, there's actually some pretty good buildings. I am continually surprised by the kinds of stuff they have already built for us. That said, all of this stuff together is really not that expensive to repair. Actually, do I want... Okay, I was going to say, do I want everything? Because I definitely want to put up a barley field, but I guess we have an extra slot. So yeah, let's just repair everything, give ourselves some more places to replenish. Did I miss a level up? Apparently I did. Okay, so you have your Rune of Negation. What else do I want to do with you now? We could get another 7% cooldown off of the rune abilities. We could lower the casting resource of enemies, which seems fine, but not amazing. Honestly, runes are pretty good. Why don't we go ahead and lower their cooldown the rest of the way?
Morg says no.
Wurzag went north of Valaya's Sorrow. I have to assume he intends to attack it. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Maybe he's going to go straight for Black Crag or something? Barley. Can never have enough barley. Let's see. Next turn, you're going to be almost at perfect health. The Lord is the only thing that's still going to be damaged. So next turn, these guys can come out and help. We'll get Wurzag down. I don't know if we've defeated Wurzag yet. There may be a trait in that for us. Let's see. Where are these? Hide Striker was Grimgore. This is Outside. Yeah, so we haven't defeated Wurzag yet. Get a cool trait from that, hopefully. We would actually benefit from upgrading this. Having access to Giant Slayers down here is probably a good idea. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but I think it's right. And research available. Hey, you know what we could do is we could research some stuff that improves our troops. How about that? Or diplomatic relations. Thing is, I was joking, but also, that's only 3 turns. Oh, we have quite a number of toolmakers now. Yeah, okay. 3 more turns spent on money, and then I swear to you, we will research some unit stuff. Of course, that means not this episode. Alright, we definitely still don't want to do anything here. I mean, I guess I can just skip through all these. That was the last one. Because, we don't have enough money to do any of the settlement upgrades that we would actually want to do. Alright. Oh, where's Ekrund guy? Is he close? He does not get there this turn. Okay, well, just run up there. Hopefully he doesn't get taken out by a goblin assassin right before hitting Ekrund. And we can see that Tilia is indeed putting the pressure on. I'm very, very interested in how this is working out. Because how this goes is going to have a tremendous effect on the movement of Ungrim and what's his name? I still don't know it. Hey, Ghost Guy, do you maybe want to come over here and help us fight some vampires, or no? Okay. I guess Clan Angrand hasn't really had any vampire problems. They've probably been very greenskin focused. So he's going to hit Valiasara, right? Is he going to go try to siege Carrick 8 Peaks? There's a 16-unit garrison there, dude. Well, he's dead. What a weird decision to make. I guess he's stopping me from getting my my muster. I'm not going to get those 2 units I was recruiting, but that seems very bad. I don't know what this dude's doing. Is he just moving to provide cover for Grimgor? I don't know if you saw, but Grimgor was there on the coast, threatening Stone Mine Tower. Averheim is a 9-unit garrison. Wertbad 10. Okay, he sees us and he's headed home. You know, with only a 9-unit garrison... Oh, that's a lot of Graveguard, though. Maybe the play here is we go around him, we hit Wertbad and burn that down so he only has the 1 settlement, and then we can just wall him up in there. And he can be all like, "For the love of God, Montresor," and we'll be, yeah, for the love of God. We all read the story. At some point, we gotta go fight Norskins. I'm actually really excited for that. I think the Norskins have a lot of cool units, and they have a fighting style that's a lot more goblin-y than vampire-y. Like I said, a lot of their units have weird leadership issues, and they do a lot of like retreating and then recovering and then retreating again. I think those battles will be really interesting. We just have to finish this off first. I'm not going to leave Manfred alive, crippled but licking his wounds, to show up again in 5 turns all of a sudden good as new, which he absolutely will do, because that is just how the very hard AI is. I appreciate that the other empires of the world are not all calling me up demanding military alliances, though. And does Tilia have a 3rd full army over here? I guess they probably have a lot of money. They hold a lot of ports and stuff. Alright, so Wurzag's head is on a platter. He has brought it to us, which I really appreciate. I wonder if we can get that other army into the action, because it would be cool to kill his army off with a minimum of losses of our own. This thing's happening. I'm pretty sure we can afford a public order hit in all provinces. It's only 9 total public order. Also, we got a Brewmaster, which we have no use for. Sorry, wait. Brewmasters increase the income from gem cutters and quarries? I guess miners are heavy drinkers? I kind of thought like all dwarves are heavy drinkers. That's sort of their deal. Can you underway into reinforcement range? Looks like no. Alright, well, no battle XP for you. But this is a foregone conclusion, right? Like, he brought 20 units, and he's got a giant, and he's got a bunch of black orcs. But don't we have... Oh, I even finished some of the recruiting. It was just the giant slayers that I was waiting on. No, wait, where's my... My gyrocopter just was cancelled. If I break the siege, this will get finished, but the gyrocopter was just cancelled. That's weird. I guess that's what happens with things that you're global... No, we were globally recruiting both of them. Huh. That is very strange. So yeah, we have 28 units between the two armies. This should be pretty easy to do. 28. That math's not good. Listen, you know what it is. So yeah, we'll do that next episode. That can be how we start next episode. He did make it all the way back to Averheim. Can we... No, we are going to be taking replenishment damage if we try to move through here. Well, one thing we could do is we could leave one of the stacks injured and camped in the open and have the other stacks go into ambush mode nearby. Try to trick him. But I think maybe the better thing to do is just, like, everybody goes to work bad. Because we could all go into underway mode. You don't take any attrition in the underway. So that we get our full movement range, and just all of us full move toward work bad. Oh hey, look who it is. It's the Empire. It's Balthazar Gelt with some of those Hellstorm rocket batteries I'm so crazy about. Obviously he's just gonna get eaten. But
don't you fret, it's done.
It'll be a distraction, I guess. Him being over here is actually not beneficial to us in any way. This feels like a waste, really.
Lord of Clan Morgan.
I'm a little worried about you. I'm gonna have you come in a little further away. I'm concerned that if he went here, Manfred might be able to make it across the river crossing and eat him. It looks like we're going to be able to take Wertbad pretty easily. And then, Manfred is starving. He definitely won't have the money to start building up a second stack, or like a second real stack.
Move.
Very little movement across the water this turn. I actually haven't taken a look at our boat model. That's fairly intimidating. If I was out there on wooden ships and stuff, moving trade goods back and forth, and this, like, huge metal submarine-looking thing with a turret on the front showed up, I would be concerned. Alright, let's successfully perform a hero action. 81%.
For clan honor.
Alright, final grudge satisfied. We are grudgeless. Now I gotta figure out what I want to do with this guy. I have no idea. This is definitely not super useful. We could run him over to the east and have him join one of the armies, but he'd probably it's to our benefit to have a map action hero. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just, like, assault units in these armies for XP for a while. And then, of course, settlement upgrades are available, but I imagine I don't want to do any of them. Because, you know, that's the way that this has been working out so far. It's going to be a little while before we have enough. Here, we can upgrade this. We can definitely upgrade buildings. I just don't want to spend any population. Does Barak Var need another wall upgrade? You know what? It is my only port. Even if it's not in any danger, we should probably just make sure that it's very well defended. Definitely build some more growth. And then the question down here is whether I sally out and attack him. I think I don't. I think what I want to do here is actually just move Crag's Strongarm a little bit closer. And then we'll take him out with the two armies combined next turn. What does his movement range look like? Okay, so yeah, we'll stop like here.
Armed and ready.
Oops, you didn't need to be in march mode for that. Swap you back to normal. Yeah, we're totally safe here.
Lord of Clan
Okay, and next turn we'll run up behind and just absolutely crush that dude. Okay, we're doing okay enough on money now that actually it is probably the case that we could go ahead and fill this, like, make this a real army. You know what? Let's do one more turn. I would really love to resolve this Manfred situation this video. Especially because I said I was going to at the beginning of the video. Oh, Karl Franz has another army here. Well, actually, if he's going to take Wertbad... that's a little inconvenient for me, because now I can't attack it. And if he just sits there and sieges it for like 3 turns or something, that's actually going to really slow down the destruction of the vampires. I wish he had just rolled up there and attacked it on the first turn. Maybe his army doesn't have that capability, but I bet at this point in the game he has at least 1 unit that has the siege attacker trait. Especially with him, you know, being the Empire and everything. Oh, it looks like Wurzag's running away. He broke siege and is in open retreat. Okay, he's going to hit Valiasara. That's fine. Is he going to move in? Okay. That does prevent me from putting 2 stacks on him. Which is not totally ideal. It means that my my Giant Slayers will finish recruiting, but unfortunately it seemed like the Gyrocopter just went missing, so we won't have a Gyrocopter. For no reason. Also, Manfred is... he's going to get a turn eventually. The Greenskin turn is incredibly long. I could speed this up. Actually, hold on. There's a camera settings thing. I still want to see what they're doing, but can we just maybe, like, do that a little faster? Because there sure are a lot of them. Okay, what's he going to do? He's going to go and try to free Wurtbad. This is great for us. Did he lose the battle? He did. He attacked the Empire using Wurtbad's garrison to initiate the battle, and they lost. So the Empire took Wurtbad, which means we get to just roll down to whatever the name of this settlement is down here that I've already forgotten, and just burn it, and that's it. That's the end of the vampire counts. Oh, that could not have gone better for us. Karl Franz, you beautiful monster. Boy, I sure hope that dude doesn't turn on us. Yeah, you don't see this happen a lot, but you can claim a city as the defender in a battle if the city's garrison is the one who attacks you, I believe. If Manfred had initiated the battle, I think it would have just left the garrison empty had they lost. Are we defensive allies? We are, so there's not really a lot of benefit to going to a full military alliance for me. And look at that! The von Karsteins have moved into one of the settlements that we need for our objectives, so sort of sealed their own fate there. So yeah, we'll go south through Averheim toward that mountain range where we have allied land. Replenish fully down there, and where are you guys going? I thought for sure they were gonna like raise some hell down here. What on earth is... boy, I don't know anything about Tilian military strategy, but this seems like they're maybe drunk or something. I thought they were going to, like, burn the Dragon Horde mines, or just, like, do something. Splitting up like that I don't think has any benefit. These guys can't take Stone Mine by themselves. Is it Stone Mine or Stone Mire? Hold on. Right, we got a grudge. Wouldn't be dwarves without a grudge. Also, there's a Bray herd somewhere. It's way down there. That looks like an orc problem to me. And our very minor public order penalty has been offset and then some. Hey, I got an idea. Why doesn't everybody just get really drunk? Stone Mine. Okay, Stone Mine Tower. You know, mines and towers, basically the same deal. Actually, are we going to be able to reach Averheim this turn? Okay, yes, we are. Do I not have... hold on, I don't have military access with the Empire?
Good to see our allies of the mountains.
I mean, yeah, sure, but how is this a counteroffer on me wanting military access? I'll counteroffer you that, but also the military access. Wow. The thing is, we're in the middle of their territory, and if we move at all right now, we're going to get a trespass penalty. I guess it has already given us the trespass penalty, actually.
I will not obey.
Okay, how about this? I'll do this, and I will join your war against the von Karsteins, and you don't have to pay me. Okay, there we go.
Of course.
We have an accord. I mean, I was going to war with the von Karsteins anyway, right? That was just going to happen, so... May as well happen now. Double checking to make sure we don't have any trade negotiations to engage in. Nope. Okay.
Ready?
So now, when I try to move, you'll see we won't get that the treaty notification on every step of our walk here.
Mark another grudge. I declare war on them. Attack!
You guys just stay put for a second. Wait for backup to arrive.
The axe thirsts for war.
I guess the rest of them can do this in underway stance, so that they don't have to worry about vampire attrition.
An act!
Hold on, before I have him move.
Says
Okay, yeah, being in underway stance does not prevent these guys from showing up as reinforcements.
destroy them.
Alright, we're gonna move everybody over here because I want everybody to get some XP from the battle. As far as I'm aware,
I'll see it.
XP doesn't seem to be tremendously negatively affected by being reinforcements in a battle, or like by there being more forces in a battle to split it up or anything.
On my way. To war.
It seems to be the case that everybody who is involved gets about as much XP as I would expect a single army to get. Okay, really just overwhelm the hell out of them. This is not the right number of armies.
Wipe out the trespassers.
Why is New Guy not in the battle? Am I not allowed to bring 4 forces? I've actually never tried before. You might just not be able to... He's not quite as close as everybody else. Can you get like a little closer, maybe?
Got.
Okay, he's definitely in range.
To battle.
I guess you just maybe can't bring 4 armies. Whatever, that's fine. Auto-resolve that. We have no need for a large climactic battle. We had our large climactic battle like 3 episodes ago. Raise it to the... Wow, that's a lot of money. No, I want to be done with these guys. To the ground with it. There it is. Faction destroyed vampire counts. I wouldn't lie to you. I told you we'd get it done. Yeah, see, everybody got levels. I think it's fine. I think it's a good way to get XP, to split XP up amongst a bunch of people. So we have... Let's see, I think I was working on Redline, it looks like. It's part of the problem with only playing an hour a day. He's not going to need any new grudges. These are the 2 grudges we're going to continue to work. So yeah, let's pick up some Redline stuff, I guess. Is there any other blue line stuff that I would want while we're down here? Attrition down. Ambush defense chance up. Not really, I don't think. We could yellow line him a little bit, but it's probably good to get stand your ground. I think this is a pretty powerful buff. This says weapon strength, not missile damage. Does this only buff his melee weapon? Usually weapon strength just means melee weapon. Charge bonus up seems very bad for a master engineer. I do like speed. You can get up to 15% extra speed, which is like a whole 4 or maybe 5, depending on the way the rounding occurs. You know, why don't we finish getting ammo for all the ranged stuff in his army? That seems pretty good.
Vengeful Ridlord.
Okay, that's a lot of leveled up forces. So I think we're in a pretty good spot here now. We have to... we can probably take Fildorf pretty easily. Wissenberg is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And then we have to get up here in the mountains and take the Grimhold, but it looks like that's... I thought Grimhold was the walled settlement in this area, but it is not. So that shouldn't be too hard. So we can stop off in Karak Hearn's land because we're defensive allies with them. We'll get our normal replenishment in here. It's like we'll just run through Fildorf, burn it, stop here, replenish, and then we'll go on more vampire exterminating adventures. And someday Grombrindle's going to get some movement on his quest items. He needs to kill a couple of... He needs to win a couple of battles against greenskins. That... You know, that'll happen. There's greenskins over here. We're working toward it. After you're full on health, we need you to do this battle. Of course, more vampires. Why wouldn't it be more vampires? Very doable, though.
got then.
Wow, the followers of Nagash have been doing alright for themselves. They seem to have a pretty large area to work with down here. So we're almost at the bottom edge of the map. Maybe from now on it would be best if we just go west and try to make contact with the other continent. We might be able to avoid some of the, like, road trip nonsense that we'd have to do to get all the mountain ranges. If we can just meet the factions that already own them now and make nice, give some gifts and whatnot. Let's see, you need... Assassinate is really by far the most important thing that this guy's going to be doing. But I guess we can have him soften up armies and stuff as well. And then, yeah, just like... him assaulting the units of an army that's in a garrison is going to have functionally no effect. They're going to just replenish very easily, but it's good XP. And not very expensive to do. Okay, it looks like we can just barely not reach reinforcement range here. I'm going to try to get close. Let's see. Maybe that will put us in range. Maybe the visuals aren't quite lined up.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
No, alright, no, I didn't think so.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Well, hey, here's our gyrocopter. Alright, so do I just want to roll over here and grab him? It would be my 20 stack versus his 20 stack. We can probably do this. You know what? This might be a good way to begin the next video, though. It would sure be nice if we could get uneven odds on our side. That said, I think I can take this army 20 versus 20. The giant is definitely a concern, especially with it being a rank 9 giant. But yeah, that's how we'll start the next episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed the fall of the Vampire Empire. That doesn't really roll off the tongue. As much as I have. Come back next time to see if we can maybe do it to the rest of the vampires. And we'll see you then.